boy. Yeah, boy.
Cheers. You are now watching Create a Steady Hustle with Liquid Cash.
Cheers, what it is and what it ain't. It's your truly Liquid Cash. I need it all out the stash, the man, the myth. Y'all already know what it is, man. You're now tuned in to Create a Steady Hustle, where you can think your way to a rich and prosperous life. It's your thoughts and your feelings that create abundance for you. Change your mind and you can change your life. We're gonna give you the game, you know what I mean? Check it out. Listen, we live and direct now. It's about to get lit. Give me a minute. We're gonna wait for some people to jump in the room. We're gonna do our 1-2 step. You dig? Shout out to TikTok. What up, TikTok? We live. What's goody? I don't like this filter they put on a TikTok. It's too much. I don't like this filter on TikTok. What's going on with this filter, man? They got a crazy ass filter on TikTok right now. What's this, man? How you turn that off, man? I don't even know how they do that. Why do TikTok just automatically put a filter on your face? I ain't asked for no filter, man. Somebody let me know in the TikTok world how to get that filter off of your face. Know what I mean? Let me know, man. Somebody in the TikTok world, let me know. What's up, man? How y'all doing out there? All right, somebody say they see no filters. All good. Yeah, but that ain't, I don't know what that is. That ain't me doing that, man. I don't know how TikTok got that filter. But anyway, it is what it is, man. It's going to be a wonderful episode. Shout out to everybody out there. Hope y'all having a wonderful weekend. Hope y'all enjoying yourself. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. My bad. You dig? I might be a little rusty, but I'm going to get right into it, man. TikTok is throwing me off real quick. Shout out to everybody that just joined the live. Like I said earlier, you are now watching Create a Steady Hustle. I want to know how y'all doing out there, man. Leave it in the comments. Let me know how y'all doing out there. That's what I want to know. Is everybody having a splendid day? Is somebody out there stressed out? Somebody out there need a word of encouragement? You know what I mean? Let me know what's going on in your mind. What challenges are you facing? What's some of the things that pissed you off today? Or what's some of the things that made you felt good today? You dig? What are some of the things that you're thankful for today? Leave it in the comment section. We're going to start it off like that. You dig? Let me know what's on your mind and what you're going through. And hopefully we can be able to come to some, solutions and resolutions to your situation. And hopefully after this episode, you feel a little better, a little bit more motivated, a little bit more inspired, energized, and ready to, finish out the week strong. So let me know what's on your mind. As y'all can see, I've been doing my 1-2, staying dapper. You know what I mean? Yeah, putting that suit and tie on. Today I left the jacket on the bed and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna put on the vest. That's just how I'm feeling, you dig? Sometimes I just want to do the vest and the button up and the tie. You know what I mean? You don't always need the jacket. Sometimes just the tie, the vest is just enough. You know what I mean? So that's how I was feeling. I'm on my Benjamin Button vibe. You dig? My 007 vibe. My James Bond vibe. The black Tony Starks. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the type of time I'm on today, man. I figure I throw on the, Bottega Venetas. Everybody always asks me about these shades, and I'm gonna say it one more time. This is Bottega Veneta shades in Liquid Cash collaboration. You dig? You cannot find this in no stores. You can't find it nowhere online because this is a custom-made, customized, pair of glasses, man. That's it. You dig? That's just how I do it. When I do what I does, man. So, let me read some of the comments. Shout out to Christina for joining the live. Shout out to Craig Wright. Shout out to Sway, Chantel, or Shantae Jackson. I appreciate y'all being here. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all here with me. And I appreciate y'all for being here, man. I love it. Can't get enough of the support. And also, shout out to TikTok. I see 221 people over here on TikTok watching me. Hey, listen, if you want to see this live and live in color, you can join Create a Steady Hustle on YouTube. All you got to do is click the button in the story, or you can just type in Create a Steady Hustle on YouTube and you'll be able to watch me live and live in color. We're going to spit some game. We're going to do what we do. This is Q&A. I'm going to give y'all an opportunity to call up. Most definitely, I'm going to do that. I'm going to give y'all an opportunity to call up, ask me whatever question y'all want to ask me. You dig? No question is off limit. If it's something that's going to cost me to really think, you're going to have to book a consultation call for that, where we could do a one-on-one session, and you could ask me whatever you want. I can do a deep dive, into the question. But like I said, it's going to be a wonderful episode, man. But first on my list, I want to let y'all know of things that I've been up to. I'm basically putting together an event in September. That's the date I'm going for. I don't have an official date yet, but I'm hoping to, put on this event in September. And this event is going to be, it's going to be a dope event. It's going to be what I do here on the podcast, but it's going to be live. You dig? You'll get to feel the energy live. You get to see what I do live and how I, interact with the people and how I give out my message. And you're going to see, me grow, one brick at a time. And I'm not going to rush the process. I'm just going to trust the process. I ask God for the wisdom and the guidance I need, because I never really put on a, event before. I probably did when I was younger. I was in the music and I, put on one or two little shows or whatever. Nothing of a grand, scale. But this event is going to be a little bit more special because, it's something I've been building. My brand, building this platform, Create a Steady Hustle, and just building social proof, letting the people, feel me out and get to know me a little better. And, once you get to know who I am, you wouldn't mind showing up to support my campaign and really see me live and in person, because you know what I do, you know what I bring to the table, you understand and you respect my value. You know what I do, you know what I mean? And it's important to build that social proof when you out here, trying to add value to the people. You can't just walk on the streets or just jump on the internet and just start selling your product. You have to build social proof. People got to see that you're really authentic. They got to respect your grind, respect your hustle. They got to see that you're consistent and you're really putting out value. And you ain't just trying to, sell snake oil. You dig? You really putting out something of value people can leave with and they could better their life with. And that's the goal, to put out something of value so people can utilize on a daily basis and hopefully better their life with. So the Create a Steady Hustle brand is going to be going on the road, and hopefully after my first show, I could be able to visit your city, come to a city near you. But my first show will be in Las Vegas, Nevada. You dig? It's going to be a special event because, I'm going to do whatever I could to make sure I give you some jewels you could use. And it's going to be a Q&A as well. You can be able to ask me questions, and I'm going to be able to answer your questions live and in person. And I'm going to do something even more special. Before the event, I'm going to allow 15 people to be able to buy tickets to have dinner with me before the event. So you have that one-on-one with me. That's going to be very special because you'll be around like-minded people that is, enthusiastic about evolving and learning and just trying to know more about life. And you're going to meet new people that's really, like I said, like-minded and it's on the same journey. And it's important to meet like-minded people in your life because it's very rare to find that. So anybody that purchased a ticket to, do the dinner with me before the event, they're going to be special people, and they're going to be people that's serious about changing their mindset, serious about learning more, educating themselves, and it's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna share a meal, man. We're gonna treat it like the first supper, not the last supper. We're gonna treat it like the first supper because it's gonna be many more. You dig? So like I said, it's gonna be a wonderful event. I hope I do the best I can. I know I will do the best I can. I don't hope. I know I will. I know I'm gonna put on a great show. I know how to do what I do when I do what I does. I already know it's gonna be an extravaganza. So I advise you, don't miss it. I advise you, if you see tickets on your timeline, because we're gonna run some ads and we're gonna promote, we're gonna do what we do, we're gonna do our job. So if you see, my advertisement come across your timeline, make sure you get your tickets ASAP, because once the tickets are sold, that's it. You won't be able to get another opportunity to, join the event, because we won't be selling tickets at the event. You'll have to get it online. You dig? So I advise y'all to make sure, don't miss this event. It's gonna be one for the books. It's gonna be the first one. You dig? The first one is always gonna be, magnificent. It's gonna be history in the making. You get to see this energy live and in person. You know what I mean? You get to see these waves live and in person. You get to take a picture with the God. You get the motherfucking, ask me whatever question you desire live and in person. You feel me? You really get to see what I do on the mic every week, live. And ain't nothing better than that, Jack. You dig? Yeah, ain't nothing better than that, man. To feel the energy live. You can get close enough to smell my cologne. Oh, man. Yeah. It's going to be, hey, listen, man. It's going to be a wonderful time, man. Listen, I advise you. Trust me. Once some tickets go on sale, I advise you to try your very best to get you a ticket ASAP, because it's going to be a movie. You dig? Shout out to Craig Wright for that $10. I appreciate that. We trying to save up to buy the Brooklyn Bridge. If you keep on donating, shit, we might be able to buy the Manhattan Bridge after that as well. You know what I mean? And you invited to cross anytime you want. You get a free pass. Also, shout out to Sam. I appreciate you as well for that $19.99. Oh man, yeah. I'm trying to, keep up the consistency, and you keep on doing what you're doing, supporting the platform. Of course, I have no choice but to be consistent, because y'all showing up for me, so I have no choice to show up for y'all. You know what I mean? And I'm always going, look my best and smell my best, and I'm gonna feel my best, and I'm gonna give you my best, because that's all I'm here to do. To empower, to inspire, and to motivate. You dig? So yeah, man. Let me read some of these comments and see how y'all doing out there. Let me see what's going on. Yeah, it's going to be in September. Somebody said that's the month of their birthday. Chantel or Shantae Jackson, that's the month of your birthday. Happy birthday in advance. Okay, let me see how y'all doing out there. Somebody, okay. Christina says she's doing good. I appreciate that, Sway. She said, beautiful chocolate, man. I appreciate that. Shantae say my words motivate her. I appreciate you for that. Well, I just told you what's the next thing I got coming up. Shaquella, I think that's how to pronounce your name. The event in September, that's gonna be dope. We coming up with a title and everything now. We trying to get everything tweaked. Hopefully I can do one in Arizona as well. But the first one will be in Las Vegas. You dig? Most definitely y'all can come and show support. Yeah, it's gonna be the first supper, most definitely. What's going on, TikTok? What's poppin', man? Y'all good? Y'all chillin'? Y'all vibing? Y'all alright? Y'all good? Okay, they doing great over there. I ain't trying to ignore y'all, man. I'm just over here doing what I do, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to ignore y'all, TikTok, all right? Don't think I'm ignoring y'all, man. I'm just over here on my YouTube recording my live. I just want y'all to be here with me. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to be over here with me on Create a Steady Hustle. You dig? You could be anywhere in the world. You here on TikTok with me, and I appreciate that. But I really want you to be over here at my YouTube channel. You feel me? How y'all like my fit, man? How y'all liking my fit? Talk to me. Talk to me. How y'all liking my fit? Huh? How y'all liking my drip, man? Yeah, I put the little pinkish, purplish button up on. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. This week, it's going smooth. I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty hot out here. Where I'm at, it's super hot. It's about 110 degrees today. I heard, New York City had a heat wave. It was really hot a few days ago. Shout out to them. Hope y'all stay cool. You know what I mean? I know it's brutal taking that public transportation, jumping on that iron horse, and it's over 100 degrees. Yeah, that's brutal. You know what I mean? But, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, right? But, this week has been great for me. I've been feeling good, man. I ain't going to lie to y'all, man. I've been feeling great. Also, we got a word of the week today. I'll give you that later in the broadcast. I'm going to try to give y'all a word of the week every week because it's important that, we advance our vocabulary. You dig? When we read something, a lot of times when we get past a word we don't know or we're not familiar with or we can't pronounce, we skip past it and we continue reading, right? And when you do that, you lose the essence of what the author's really trying to say. You lose the message, and you really want the message. You really want to absorb the information. So, to help broaden your vocabulary, anytime I reach across a word or stumble across a word that I feel that I think will be, kind of bring value to your life, you can add to your vocabulary so you can, use it in your day-to-day conversation. I'm going to use it in the word of the week, and I'm going to present it to you, and I'm going to give you the meaning. I'm going to break it down, and, it's going to just be something that you could take with you and help, like I said, expand your vocabulary, because it's important. As men, we should have a broad vocabulary, because the broader your vocabulary is, the broader your imagination, right? The more words you know, the more things you could create in your mind, because you have the word, you have the meaning, and when you're having a conversation with a young lady, she'll be impressed that you're not using basic words that the normal guy is actually doing, right? You got to stand out at all times. That's my thing. It's all about standing out at all times. What's going to separate you from the next man? What's going to make you different? If you're saying all the things the other guy's saying, because trust me, he is. Everything you're saying, she's already heard. Believe that. Everything you're saying, she already heard. So what's going to separate you? Your vocabulary is going to separate you. You dig? The information that you absorb on a daily basis that you recite back to her is going to separate you. Now, if you're watching, all of these different shows that majority of people are watching, if you're watching your timeline every second and it's all negative content, there's nothing educational. If you, playing video games all day and the only thing you can talk about is the next game that's coming out, if the only thing you can talk about is what's going on social media, then you're no different than the next man. So when she hear you speak, it's just going to be another nigga talking. What's going to separate you? The information that you absorb on a daily basis, man. So you have to educate yourself. You have to find new words, find the meaning behind them, use them in a sentence, and know how to use them in your conversation, in your day-to-day life. Don't just take the word and run with it and not, memorize it and use it, because that's what happens a lot. People watch me and they like what I say, but they never sit down and just study, certain jewels that I drop. You got to study it and have it to memory. You know what I mean? And when you do that, you broaden your hippocampus. You dig? Do some more research on that word, hippocampus. Anytime you use your memory and you train yourself to remember certain things, it expands your hippocampus and it just make you a force to be reckoned with. You dig? So I always want to be different than the next person, man. That's my my goal. That's my chief aim. What's gonna make me stand out? What's gonna be different about me? Know what I mean? Anyway, I'll give y'all the word of the week later on in the broadcast. Stay tuned. What's going on in the chat? Let's see what's popping. Yeah, thank God for AC. Thank God for that. Yeah, we got AC. Thank God for AC for sure. Most definitely. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, right, we're gonna get right into it. We ain't gonna waste no time. I got a list of questions that Danielle Jackson on Facebook. One second. What you saying?
The name is wrong.
It's not Danielle? What's the name?
Johnson.
Oh, okay, Danielle Johnson. Oh, okay, it's all good. Well, I got a list of questions from Danielle Johnson that I'm going to be answering, all right? I put up a post saying what this week topic would you like for me to talk about or discuss. And she asked me a few questions, and I figured why not share the question with you all and answer the question as best as possible, right? So Danielle Johnson, that's on my Facebook page. I heard your questions, I read your questions, and I will answer your questions on this broadcast. And I hope I bring you some closure, some clarity, and I hope I, add value to your life when I answer these questions, all right? So I'm gonna have my sidekick, my what's the word? What's the perfect word? My producer. I'm gonna have my producer ask me these questions, and I'm gonna go ahead and give the best answer possible, all right? Let's go.
How do I stay consistent when I don't feel motivated?
Consistency is the key to everything, right? In life, you gotta stay consistent. And sometimes we get in a slump and we get stuck. And sometimes we don't wanna do nothing. We just wanna just chill and relax. Sometimes we get, depressed about life because we're not where we wanna be. I go through that sometimes, right? Every time my birthday come around, I feel down because I feel like, there's so much more that I want to accomplish. And, I feel like I'm behind. But sometimes I got to sit back and relax and smell the roses and smell the flowers while I'm still alive and able to smell them. And I have to look back on my life and see the things that I've accomplished, see the things that I've overcome. Sometimes you just got to stop for a second and just give yourself a pat on the back, because life can bring you down, and you could look at social media and you could see people elevating, and it could feel like they're passing you by, and you feel like, man, how did this person was able to get a promotion, and I've been working here for X amount of years. How this person able to get a new car? I'm still driving the same old car that I had for the past 3 years. How did this person was able to fly to Dubai? Right? We look at other people's lives, and we sometimes judge our life based on their life, right? We compare. And I always tell people that comparison is a thief of joy, and jealousy is also the thief of joy, because sometimes when you compare, you start to envy, you start to get jealous, and that's a thief of joy. So you don't want to do that. So what you do is just sit down and reflect on your life and see how far you came, and know that you didn't get here by mistake. You got here by actually putting in the work. So when you feel unmotivated, when you feel like you just want to give up, you feel like you just want to throw in the towel, you just got to remind yourself how far you came. You dig? How much you have accomplished, the things that you've overcome. Remind yourself that you was built You was built to win. And you can't stop right now. God ain't took you this far just to take you this far. So you can't fail on yourself. You can't, you know what I mean, just fall by the wayside. You got to understand that when you don't feel like being consistent, you got to do it anyway. You dig? There's many times that I didn't want to go live, but I said, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. So a lot of times I didn't want to go to the gym because I felt tired. I said, you know, I'm going to do it tired. A lot of things that I, you know, want to accomplish that is difficult. Well, I'm just going to do it anyway, man. And I'm going to fall and I'm going to fail, but I'm just going to keep on persevering and I'm going to keep on moving forward, because at the end of the day, man, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. Ain't nobody going to do it for you. Nobody's going to come and lift the weights for you. Nobody's going to come and fill out the application for the permit for the event that I'm trying to throw for me. You know what I mean? So these are things that I got to do. Nobody's going to go to the actual, you know, space that I'm trying to rent to throw the event and look at it and see it and know that it's up to my standard. Nobody's going to have that certain level of taste. Nobody's going to do it for me. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to shake hands and I'm going to meet a friend and I'm going to do the things that I need to do in order to put on a great event. So when you don't feel motivated, when you feel tired, you feel like you want to give up, just do it anyway. Just, you know what I mean? Find that strength within yourself and do it anyway. Because at the end of the day, man, you done made it this far. Ain't no time to quit. You know what I mean? You gotta understand that you are further than when you started. You did? So I hope that answers your questions.
What's the biggest mindset shift that changed your life?
The biggest mindset shift that changed my life is just understanding that ain't nobody coming to save you. When I really understood that and I really accepted that as my reality, that ain't nobody's coming to give me a helping hand, ain't nobody's coming to offer me a speaking gig, nobody's coming to give me a record deal, nobody is coming to, you know, saying, hey, listen, I like what you do, I would love for you to be a part of what we got going on. Once I understood that at a young age, that nobody's going to come into my atmosphere and say, here's a boatload of money, I would like to invest in your talents. Once I really accepted that and understood that that ain't gonna never happen, that changed everything for me. That shifted my mindset dramatically, because I understood that if I want anything out of this life, it's all on me. Anything I want to achieve, anything I want in this life right now, while I'm here, while I'm breathing, it's all on me. I can't depend on nobody. They don't give a fuck how talented you are. They don't care how much effort you put in. Nobody gives a damn about your hard work, your dedication, your drive, your blood, sweat, and tears, how much money you invested in your business, in your dreams, in your goals, and the things you want. Nobody gives two about what you're trying to do. Everybody is focused on their self-interest, self-preservation. Nobody's going to go out their way just to give you anything and expect nothing in return. So why not invest in yourself? Why not take that money that you're going to use to take this young lady on a date? Instead of doing that, take that $200 that you're going to take this young lady on a date with, use that to run ads. Instead of going to the club and spending $5,000 on a bottle, use that to order more inventory. Instead of hanging out with your homeboys, going on a vacation to do God knows what, take that money and invest that money into building a website, hiring an employee, right? Building your staff. So these are the things that you have to start thinking about when you're moving out here in life and you're really trying to accomplish something. Now, if you just want to live life and just cruise by and don't do nothing, because you can do that as well. You know what I mean? The same 24 hours that made a billionaire and a millionaire also made a failure. So you can coast through life and be a failure. But if you know you're trying to be more than you are today, if you know you're trying to accomplish more than you have today, then there's certain things that you're gonna have to do. And you're gonna have to change your mindset, right? So that's one of the things that shift my mindset, is when I realize that there's nobody out here that is gonna move heaven and earth for me to accomplish the things that I want. Nobody gives two fucks about your goals and the things you want to achieve. You know what I'm saying? It's your dreams, it's your vision, it's your goals, it's your idea. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? And if you allow somebody to finance your ideas, don't be mad when they take your whole intellectual property, when they take 80% or 90% of your idea and call it their own. Because you was too lazy to go out there and make something happen for yourself.
How do you keep the passion or romance after it fades?
When it comes to passion and romance, you want to keep that alive, you want to keep that thriving in your relationship, listen, man, you're going to have to re-date the person that you with right now. Reintroduce yourself, because it happens, man. You know what I mean? Especially when you're with somebody for a long time and you live with each other. Y'all been in each other's space for a long time. You see them every time you wake up every day. You know, before you go to work, when you come home, you see the same person. Listen, man, after a while, you get kind of comfortable with this person. You feel like, man, I don't even have to do nothing. I don't have to take out no more. I don't have to, impress her. I don't have to say nothing astronomical. You dig? I don't have to crack a joke. You get so comfortable around her, you leave the bathroom door open when you're using the bathroom. You know, you're breaking wind, you're farting around her because you're so comfortable. You know what I mean? You feel like, okay, she's your best friend. You can be yourself. And that's fine, right? But you still have to always remember that this woman is attracted to you for a reason. You know what I mean? When you met her and you introduced yourself to her, she was attracted to you for a reason. So you don't never lose that. Don't never forget that. Understand, you have to always be the man that you was when you met her. So if you was doing certain things in the beginning, you was taking her out and you was, whining and dining her, that's fine. You can do that, right? Sparingly throughout the relationship, but you can't stop doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah, in the beginning you was doing that, but you can't just cold turkey and stop doing it. I was talking to a fella today and he was telling me that, I was telling him about a movie I watched, right? And it was a dope movie. And he was telling me, he haven't been to movies in a long time. And I'm like, what you mean? You don't watch? He said, nah, I don't watch movies because when I come home, I'm on daddy duty. I'm raising the kids and, I'm doing things of that nature. And I'm saying, man, I understand that you created a life for yourself, but you have to understand this, man, you can't stop living. You did? You can't stop living. You got to take those kids to a movie theater, man. You know what I mean? Take your kids to the movie theater. Take your wife to see a movie. You dig? I have a quote that I say, don't be so busy living, you forget to make a life. But he made a life, and he stopped living. So you can't make a life, then stop living. Yeah, you got your wife, you got your kids, but you got to continue to live. And what I mean by that is this. You're going to have to continue to take your wife on a date. Don't let the kids be the reason why you don't do things no more. Take your kids out to the park. You know what I mean? Go walking with your wife. Go to the movies. Do something different than you normally do. Because when you get complacent and you get comfortable, it gets boring and then somebody end up cheating. And not because they want to, they just tired of the same old thing. So you're going to have to change it up. Don't be so busy, living that you forget to make a life, but don't make a life and forget to live. Because if you're not living, you're dying. So to keep the relationship, energized, you're going to have to redate the person that you with, reintroduce yourself, Don't stop doing the things you did in the beginning. You can slow down, but you cannot stop. You got to continue to always impress your woman by doing something different. Involve her in some of the goals that you have mapped out that you want to accomplish. That keeps the relationship, a certain energy vibrating in the relationship, right? Because she see that you're ambitious, you're trying to achieve more than you have. A woman don't like a man that settles and stays stagnant and just comfortable in his life doing the same thing over and over every day. That gets boring. If you go to the same job every day for the next 20 years of your life, you're going to be fed up with that motherfucking job after a while. What you think is going to happen in your relationship? You know what I mean? She been with you 10 years. You doing the same thing. Even when y'all have sex, you fuck from the same position. You don't think she going to get tired of that? She already know what's going to happen. You're going to lean over to the side. You're going to hit her from the side. And you're going to bust in 2 seconds. And she going to be upset. She going to have to pull out the vibrator to please herself. You think she happy with you, nigga? Nah, she not happy with you at all. She's frustrated, but she got nowhere else to go. She's made a life with you. She got kids with you. Y'all created certain, things, memories together. She got a bank account that's connected with yours. She know if she leaves you, it's going to be, you know what I mean? It's going to be a lot to maneuver. So, of course, she's stuck with you. She feel like she don't want to be there, but she's stuck. You dig? So you have to understand that you got to switch things up. You can't keep on doing the same thing and expecting new results. You dig? All you doing is creating a slow process to death. You know what I mean? The relationship is basically dying. You know what I mean? It's damn near dead, but it's a slow process. So in order for you to keep the spark in your relationship, understand that you can't get complacent. You can't get too comfortable, because comfortability is a beautiful place where nothing grows. And if you're not growing, you're dying. Give me 1 second. Live got restricted for some audience. My bad, guys. My live got restricted for a second. Some people was not able to see my live for whatever reason. But let's go ahead. We ain't done.
Should men pay for most things? What's the proper etiquette? Should a woman pay for dinner?
That's a great question. Back in the days when I used to, make a couple dollars, wasn't really, having it my way. Had a decent job that was able to pay the bills, and that's about it. I had my 1 or 2 girlfriends that I used to rotate, and I would take them out to a nice restaurant every now and then. And I ain't really had no money. They had better jobs than I did. You dig? But me being the man that I am, a gentleman, that's just a requirement that I always did. I always took a woman to a nice restaurant, and you dig, even if I was short on cash, I'll find a way to save up a couple dollars and take her out on a nice date. And it never really stood well with me when I would take a woman out and spend my money, but she's working and she's getting paid more than me, and she never offers to pick up the bill. That never really sat well with me. I never was comfortable with that. You dig? I even brought it to one of the females that I was dating at the time attention. I told her, I said, yo, listen, man, every time we go out on a date, I'm the one, picking up the tab. We've been on about 10 dates. It's like, you don't even think in your mind for 1 second it would be nice for you to, pick up the tab or even attempt to pick up the tab. You don't even have to even pay the bill. Just attempt to pick up the tab. I would find that, I'll be appreciative of that. You know what I'm saying? I see that, okay, she really rock with me. But when I'm taking you out every week or every other week, and I'm the one spending my money, you working, you getting paid more than me, you keeping your bread, How do I know if you really interested in me if you ain't going out your way doing nothing for me? It ain't like you buying me gifts or buying me, flowers or buying me whatever. You're not buying me nothing. You dig? So after a while, I start to think to myself, I'm saying, I don't really like this trade-off. You dig? I don't really like this. I don't like going out and taking you out and spending my money and you don't do anything in return for me. It ain't like I said again, you're not going out your way to say, I planned a day for us. You're not going out your way saying, you know what? You've been taking me out so much. Let me take you out. Let me cater to you. And eventually, me and her broke up because I felt like I was being taken advantage of. I'm not in the, I'm not in the business of just giving you queen treatment and you treat me like I'm just regular degular when I know I'm not. So when it comes to should a woman pay for certain dates or pay on a date, most definitely if you really care about that man or if you really interested in that man, it's okay for you to pick up the tab once in a while. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That don't make you less of a woman or less of a queen or him even less of a man. Nah, that shows that you interested in him. You dig? Because if she took the time out, right? If she taking the time out to say, you know what, I got this bill, it's all good. You've been taking care, me for the past couple of months. You've been taking care of the bill. You've been making sure we eat good. You've been showing me a good time. You dig? I'm going to take care of this bill right now. Man, that's going to make me want to go even harder. That's going to make me feel good about spending my money on a female of that, stature, because she don't mind spending her dime on me. But if it's only one-sided, nah, man, after a while, a nigga gonna feel like he being used and abused. So, yeah, if you're a woman and you having it your way, and you got a couple dollars, it's okay to buy your man a gift. It's okay to pick up a tab once in a while. You dig? Because when it's real, ain't nobody really counting. You know what I'm saying? We not counting when it's real. If we really rocking with each other and we really, trying to build something, I'm not counting how much times I pay the tab or you pay the tab, because we ain't tripping. What's yours is mine and what mine is yours, right? And that's how we moving. And that's how it should be. But we live in a society now where women expect men to just take care of everything. And that's cool for them sucker niggas. That's cool for them niggas who ain't got no game and who just lames, nerds. That's cool for those dudes. But if you got some motion, you got some sauce, you got some game, make that woman pick up a tab, man. Make that woman pay a bill. You feel me? Don't be the sucker ass nigga that's just paying everything. She keeping her bread. She stacked up all the way to the ceiling. And you damn near just getting by. But you still finding time and finding money to take her out and treat her right. Nah, man. You dig? Nah, it shouldn't be that way. Not at all. I don't co-sign that type of behavior. I co-sign that behavior if you a lame. If you a lame, yeah, you should be getting, used and abused financially if you a lame. Because you ain't took the time out to, step your game up, do some personal development work, and really, sharpen your tool. So you should be getting used. I ain't knocking a woman for taking advantage of a man that's really tricking and really, handing it to her. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't knocking that at all. But if you really rocking with a dude that you feel like you really interested in, yeah, you should take the time out to pick up a tab once in a while. That should be nothing. Because you making money. You working. You got a job, right? You got a 9 to 5. You pay to get your nails done. You pay to get your hair done. You giving everybody the money, right? You spending money with everybody. Spend some money on your man. Yeah, you spending money with everybody. The Chinese lady at the nail shop get her money. You go to the beauty salon, they get their money. When you going out with your girlfriends buying drinks, the bartender getting his money. Spend some money on your man, make him feel special, you dig? Because that's the only way he gonna know that you really care about him. I mean, you can show it in other ways, but he gonna get that off top. The other way you gonna show him is that's regular degular. He gonna automatically get that. But if you spend a couple dollars on him, he gonna really know that you really rocking with him. That's gonna make him feel real good, because he gonna know that, shit, I got somebody that's in my corner, so I don't mind going broke for her, because I know if I need it, she gonna give it to me. And that's the energy you gotta have. Come on.
Would you date an older woman in their 50s?
When it comes to older women, when I was younger, that's all I dated. I dated older women. I was 17 dating a 36-year-old woman. As I got a little older, now, I don't date older women at all. If you pass a certain age, I'm really not interested. I won't tell y'all the age because then y'all know too much. But once you pass a certain age, I have an age limit. If you pass a certain age, I'm not interested. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how fine you are. I don't care what you got going on. Once you pass a certain age, you just got too much baggage for me. You've been in too many situationships. You've been in too many relationships. And obviously you've been in a lot of battleships because you're not in a relationship right now. So that means you don't know how to keep a man. So your track record is bad. You don't have a good track record. You dig? So I'm gonna pay attention to the fact that you, however old you are, and you single, you got a bad track record. Why am I gonna go out of my way and date an older woman who have a bad track record when it comes to dating men and waste my time thinking I'm gonna be different, thinking I'm gonna be special? I'm gonna end up crashing and burning just like the rest of those dudes she was in a relationship with. You know what I mean? Yeah, that shit ain't gonna go in my favor. You know what I mean? Not because I'm cool, I'm dapper, and I'm fly and all that shit. That shit still ain't gonna go in my favor, man, because you know why? She got baggage. She got a lot of traumatic events that happened in her life. She's coming with so much shit that I'm gonna have to unravel. I don't have the brain capacity to deal with that at this point in my life right now. You dig? Nah, I don't got time to be dealing with an older woman with baggage that's traumatized by past relationships, and I gotta come in and try to fix her and act like I'm prove myself to be different than the other guys that she been with. Nah, I don't got time to be trying to prove myself to you, because that's what I'm gonna have to do because of your experiences. And you're gonna be guarded as well. So you're gonna have a wall up that's the size of the Twin Towers. Rest in peace to everybody that passed away in the Twin Towers. But yeah, you're gonna have a wall up the size of the motherfucking Twin Towers, you dig? And I ain't got time to be breaking that down, man. So when it comes to older women, I tread very lightly, because there's just a lot of different things that you got to deal with. And, you know, especially if you got a lot of kids, you know, there's a lot that you got to take in consideration. And where I'm at in my life, I exercise my options, and I could choose, you know, somebody that's, you know, a little bit more, well, someone that's less, you know, experienced, someone that's less beaten up and worn out. You know what I mean? No offense, but it is what it is. You dig?
How does a woman attract a man like you?
1 second. Say, how does a woman attract a man like me? It depends on the day. Depends on how I'm feeling. It depends on where I'm at in my life. It depends on a lot of things. You dig? So that question, it all depends on the day, man. You can catch me at the right time. You dig? It gotta be in God's will. You know what I mean? It gotta be in alignment. It gotta be at the right time, the right moment, the right environment. I gotta be in the right headspace. So, you know, I can't say, you know, exactly how do you attract a man like me. But it just got to be all in God's timing, really, at the end of the day, man. Because it ain't about what you do, actually, on that particular day. It's about how I'm feeling on that day. You know what I mean? It depends the vibe I'm in, the mind space that I'm in, right? And that, because, you know, I see beautiful women all the time, and I overlook them. You know what I mean? I see people that go out of their way to do certain things for me, and I overlook them because I'm in a different mind space, right? I'm not really interested in what they're offering at that particular time. So it all depends on where I'm at mentally at the time, because you can have everything. You know what I mean? The right curvature, the right attitude. You could be willing to, you know, pick up a tab for me. You could be willing to do whatever. But if I'm focused on something else, I'm focused on something else. It is what it is. No offense to you. You might be cute and all, you might be great and all, that's fine. But you know, give it to another nigga, man. Give that energy to somebody else, because I ain't really in that headspace at that particular time. Sometimes I be tunnel vision, man. I don't give a damn how fine you are. If I'm focused and locked in on something already, it don't matter what you do, it don't matter what you say, it don't matter what day it is. I'm just not feeling you. I'm not vibing with you. We just not in synergy, you dig? So it all, like I said again, God's will. If it's God's will, it'll happen. If it's not, then it is what it is. Keep it moving.
What's one hard truth everyone needs to hear?
One hard truth that everyone needs to hear. Okay? Give me a second, guys. I think I answered that already, but I'll answer it again. And maybe answer it in a different way. What's one hard truth somebody needs to hear? Like I said again, I answered that already, but I'll answer it in a different way. The one hard truth that you need to hear is that where you at right now in life, you're there because you're supposed to be there. So if you're doing good, your life is right, and everything is adding up, and your life is just on a good uphill trajectory, you're there because you're supposed to be there. If things ain't working out for you, your life is in shambles, the kids ain't acting right, your wife just left you, your girlfriend just left you, your husband ain't around or doing his job or saying all the right things or doing all the right things, you're supposed to be there. If you just lost your job, you were supposed to lose your job. If you don't know how you're gonna pay the bills tomorrow, you're supposed to be where you're at right now. The harsh reality is that you created everything that happens in your life. Everything you're going through right now, you're responsible for it all. Nobody else but you. That's a harsh reality. That's a hard pill for most people to swallow, because we always like to point the finger at someone else. We want to put the blame on somebody else, something else, and sometimes we blame it on the devil. But the devil ain't got nothing to do with the fuck going on in your life, man. Stop blaming everything on the devil, man. It's you. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's you. That's who you got to put the blame on. You got to put the blame on yourself. Stop blaming the devil for the things that's going on with you. You falling short. You not stepping up to the plate. You bullshitting. You playing around. You doing everything than what you need to be doing. So if things ain't working out, and if things ain't adding up, the stars is not aligning with you, it feels like God ain't answering your prayers, it feels like nobody's listening, nobody wants to help you, you gave everybody a helping hand, and nobody gave you one in return, man, listen, man, that's because you're supposed to be right where you at right now. Take whatever you're going through, pain, hurt, agony, depression, take whatever you're going through right now and use that as fuel. Use that, because that's a very important ingredient when it comes to success. These are ingredients. Don't look at it as, just something that you're going through and just bask in your sorrow. Understand that pain is an ingredient for success. Anger is an ingredient for success. Depression is also an ingredient that you can use when it's time for you to change your life and gain a certain level of success. You have to use that pain as one of your tools. You have to use that depression. You have to use that anger. You have to use that being disgusted of where you at right now as an ingredient for your success. Don't bask in your sorrow. Just understand that pain is good. That's fueling you. Because when you angry and you're mad and you're upset, at your life and where you at, you could look at where you at right now and realize that you don't want to be there no more. And now you can focus and visualize where you want to be in your life and what you want out of life. It can give you clarity because you know where you don't want to be. So now you can focus more on where you want to be. So just understand that that's one of those harsh realities that most people don't want to accept, that where they at right now in life, they there because that's where they're supposed to be. That's it for the questions from Danielle Johnson. I'm gonna open the phone lines and give y'all an opportunity to call in and ask me whatever questions y'all like, all right? Let me see what's going on in the comment section, man. So my TikTok has been restricted because of the foul language. Pardon me. Pardon me, guys. He said, imagine he came from the Bahamas and the Bahamian woman was never going. Try that shit on someone else. Nah, if I had a Bahamian female in the Bahamas, man, yeah, I'm making them pay for a dinner date as well. Play with me, man. I take you on a certain amount of dates. I don't care where you from. You could be from Jamaica. You can be from the Bahamas. You could be from Trinidad. You can be from Cuba. Man, after a certain amount of dates, man, you're going to have to pull that money out. Just break bread off the top. Yeah, you're going to have to break bread off the top, man. Come on, man. Yeah, I ain't playing. I'm serious about mine. Shantae, you say that's not always true. Okay, we're going to give you an opportunity to call in for you to, you know what I mean? Go back and forth with your boy and you can discuss whatever you're feeling. All right? Yeah. Ladies, quick question. Have you ever paid or picked up the tab on a date? And if you have, when last have you picked up the tab on a date? Only ladies, I need y'all to answer that question. Have you ever picked up a tab on a date? Have you ever took your man out to dinner at a nice restaurant, somewhere that he likes, of his choosing? Have you ever took your man out on a trip and paid for everything, all exclusive? Ladies, let me know, man. Or you just want princess treatment, but you don't give nothing back in return. Okay. Shantae Jackson says she has. Christina says she supported a man for 4 years. 4 years, that's a long time. Shit. That ain't your man, baby. That was your child. You did. Supported that man for 4 years. But that leads me into the word of the week. Reciprocity. That's the word of the week. Reciprocity. You dig? And the definition of reciprocity is to practice exchange of things with others for mutual benefit. I'm going to say that one more time. The definition of reciprocity is to practice exchanging things with others for mutual benefit. What you give comes back, and what you don't give, don't expect it back either. You dig? So reciprocity is an exchange. It's an exchange of energy for energy, effort for effort, love for love. And I need y'all to sit with this one and really think about this. Understand, it don't make sense for you to be with somebody and you giving them the queen and the king energy, but in return they treating you like a peasant. That don't make sense, man. You dig? So if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're the one, always, sending the person a text, always picking up the tab, always going out your way, showing up for the person, and doing whatever you could to make sure they feel good. Not that you're keeping count. You're not keeping count, because it's not about keeping count. It's about understanding that if you're in a relationship and you with a person that's just not reciprocating the same energy you're giving out, understand you're not in a relationship, man. That ain't love. That's just donation. Yeah, you donating to the relationship, but they not donating nothing back to you. It don't make no sense. You keep on depositing into a bank that ain't depositing nothing back to you. If you can't make a withdrawal from this bank, why you keep on depositing money into this bank? All you doing is wasting time and wasting your money. So you got to remember that word, reciprocity. It's a very important word, because that defines this whole entire episode. Reciprocity. It's about giving the energy that you expect in return. It's about being with somebody that is invested in you just as much you have invested in them. And if it's one-sided, and for whatever reason, because some people come up with excuses, the reason why the relationship is one-sided, this person got it, they have it together, and this person don't got it together. You have those people who say, if I had it, I'll do it for you. Why wouldn't you do it for me? You never had it, so how would I know? You dig? So if you're in a relationship like that, if you're dealing with somebody like that in your life where it's like, man, they always, say if they had it, they'll do it for you. But if they never had it, those are the type of people you need to stop looking out for. Those are the type of people that are just using and abusing your efforts and your energy. What's the purpose of, like I said, giving somebody king energy and queen energy if they not reciprocating that in return? Reciprocity is what you need, you dig? Yeah, I need that in return. I can't be giving out all the energy. I can't be taking you out on trips. I can't be the one texting you. See, anytime a female, go out her way and text me, I appreciate that. But if I have to go out my way and always text her, and she takes a day or two to respond, nah, I'm not feeling you. I'm not interested in you no more. If you take 2 and 3 days to respond to me, I'm not going to text you back. I'm not going to run you down. That ain't my style. That ain't my energy. Because if you interested in me, you're going to go out your way and you're going to send me a text as soon as I text you back. I'm going to give you about 5 to 10 minutes max to respond back. You feel me? If you don't respond back to 5 to 10 minutes, yeah, you might be lucky if you get another text from me. Because I'm going to take that as disrespect. Because women are on their phone all the time, scrolling on the internet, looking at Instagram, Snapchat, doing God knows what. So if you're not responding to me in a timely fashion, I'm obviously going to take it as you're not really as interested as I think you should be. And if you're intelligent and you smart and you know the type of nigga that got your number, you should wanna, text me back right away. You should be expecting my text. You should be looking out for my call and my message. And as soon as you see that, you should jump for joy and respond right back in a timely fashion. And we should be able to, link up as soon as possible. If I'm not getting that energy, I'm not really interested in you, man. You know what I mean? Nah, I'm not really interested. I don't really think you really rock with me the way I would like you to rock with me, you dig? If I'm not getting that energy, I don't want that. I don't want no energy from you at all. You dig? So it gotta be, some reciprocity around here. I gotta feel like you want me as much as I want you. And the body language is gonna tell me everything. So you ain't even gotta say too much. I'm gonna watch you and observe you based on your body language and the action and the things you do. Because mouth could say anything. Action says everything. So if you don't go out your way to do something, say something, I'm not really a believer. Nah, I'm not a believer. You dig? So I gotta feel it. So yeah, that's the word of the week, reciprocity. You dig? Write that down. Keep that in your memory bank and utilize it in your daily life. Every other week, I'm going to give y'all, well, not every other week, every week, I'm going to give y'all a word of the week, because I want to expand your mind, expand your vocabulary, so you can be able to, you know what I mean, get that girl you looking, you know what I mean, you've been looking at, man. You can drop new game on her. You know what I mean? Other than just dropping game on a woman, you can just use it in your daily life and business, because that's what you want. You want reciprocity in business. Anytime you negotiating a business deal, you want to make sure that they're giving the same amount of effort and energy that you're giving in the business, right? You want to make sure that there's a return on your investment, right? You don't want to, you know, invest in a business that ain't invested in you. So reciprocity is the word of the week, all right? Anyway, we're going to leave the phone lines open. I'm going to drop the phone number. TikTok is tripping on me this week. I've been using too much foul language, so they decided to just flag me. So my video is not being shown in other places. Also, let me see the likes, man. Come on, man. Where's the likes at? Can I get some likes? Can I get some engagement? Can I get some fire emojis? Can I get something? You dig? Let me see the likes as soon as... Come on, man. How y'all expect the platform to grow if y'all not liking, y'all not engaging, y'all not supporting the platform? Come on, man. Stop playing over here, man. Y'all stop playing. Let me see some likes. Let me see some engagement. Let me know if y'all enjoying the content. Y'all enjoying today's episode. I need some reciprocity, man. Yeah, y'all got to give the energy back in return. Y'all got to do that ASAP. I'm going to just pin the number real quick, all right? Also, the number for my TikTok fam, the number is 631-808-5348. All right, TikTok, the numbers, again, 631-808-5348. Cheers, what it is, what it ain't. Say that again. Y'all gotta get y'all phone service right with God, man. Come on, man. Stop it, man. I mean, you just calling, but I can't hear nothing, man. You ain't saying nothing, man. Get your service together. Some of y'all living in a dungeon of a basement. Your service is bad. Come on, man. When y'all calling, make sure y'all got all y'all bars, all right, man? Make sure y'all got all y'all bars before y'all call up here, man. Some of y'all, man, gotta get y'all life together, man. Get y'all service together, you dig? I know my service is bad because I'm all the way in the sky. You dig? I'm up here and I'm talking to God. My service is good when it comes to chopping up with him. When I'm chopping it up with y'all, it's a little janky. I'm all the way up. Some of y'all in the basement somewhere in a dungeon, and y'all service is janky because y'all ain't living right. But make sure y'all got all y'all bars before y'all call your boy, you dig? That number from that 470, you can call back. Cheers, what it is and what it ain't, man.
Hello?
What's poppin'?
That's you. You always trying to talk about us. It's you.
Nah, it ain't me, baby. My service is connected to God. You dig? My service is good.
Hey, get out of here. You do your service trash in that building.
Oh, man, I'm outside with it, you dig? I got all my bars right now. I'm outside with it. What's goody, though? See, your shit fucking up already.
So let's do the introduction. Come on. We got to do the introduction. What's your name? Where you from? Da da da. Come on.
Nah, we ain't got to do all that, man. We ain't got to do all that. You know what I'm saying? The people already know who you are. This ain't your first time calling. This ain't your first rodeo.
So what I wanted to say to you is, when I made that comment, like the hand one was not.
I can't hear you, baby. Your service is crazy over there, man. You got to get your service right, man. Yeah, your shit crazy. I just can't hear you, baby. You might have to call back.
Carry.
Say that again.
It's a pimp mentality. I said you from New York, right?
Okay.
All right. When you moved to Vegas, you adapted their pimp mentality.
Bullshit. Go ahead, finish though.
Bullshit. Okay.
So why do you say that? Go ahead. Tell me that.
I can have your location, you can't have mine.
We're not talking about location today, baby.
No, you asked me to give you examples.
Yeah, but I'm talking about.
I don't necessarily want control. Hold on, you asked me to explain, right?
Yeah, but explain from a conversation that we have today, from the podcast for today.
Yeah, we talking about today. Yeah, you want that 90s kind of love, but you still want to be in what kind of control. Well, men used to call you from the payphone. How you doing? Where you at? Come see about me. Catch the train. Da 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 da. You about 40. I'm 40. So we in the same age bracket. All right, we get it. We want that 90s kind of love. This generation that we dealing with, this dating pool that we dealing with, it's not that no more.
Listen. I'm gonna check you right quick. Let me check you. See, number one, first, yeah, I'm gonna check you real quick. Number one, you don't come on this phone acting like you know anything about me, because you don't. So that's number one. Number two, you came on the phone and you use a foul language. You don't come on my phone and use the foul language. You don't call me and talk about pimp mentality. You don't use no foul language when you get on this phone. That's foul language when you talking over here. It's a bunch of squares watching you, dig? And number three, my mentality is this: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I'm the man that runs the plan in my relationship. I set the tone. I make the rules and the regulations. You dig? Either you gotta abide by these rules or you can't. It's not a pimp mentality. It's a man mentality. You dig? A man sets the rules and the foundation. And if I take you out and I'm doing certain things for you and we have a relationship, and if I want to feel special one day, yeah, you should go out your way and do something nice for me. And if that's taking me on a trip, hold on, I ain't finished talking. You only speak when you're spoken to. Let me finish. So if that's you taking me on a trip, or if that's you picking up the tab, that ain't no something out of the ordinary. That ain't no big thing you're doing. That's regular for a person like me. That's regular. That's a bare minimum. That's basic. Where I'm at right now. Because if I tell you how long? Oh, go ahead, touch on that. Say what you want to say.
So let me touch on that. Okay, so us being around the same age, that's never been a problem.
Hold on. Number one, you don't know my age, so stop saying we being around the same age. So stop acting like you know my. Hold on. I'm not gonna argue with you, but stop acting like you know anything. You dig? I already told you a long time ago. I'm 119 years old. I'm a God having a human experience. I just came here to torment you motherfucking... Anyway, let me slow down. You dig? So don't act like you know anything about me. You dig? I done told you that already. So stop throwing out, oh, you this age or that age. I already told you. I'm 119. I'm a God. Don't get it misconstrued. Don't get it confused. And when you moving as a God, you require certain things from the people that you're around or the people that you allow to be in your world. And my requirements is that I need some reciprocity around this bitch. I need you to treat me just as how I'm treating you. If I'm giving you nice things, and I'm taking you out to dinner, and I'm doing all this nice things for you. I need you to do these nice things for me too. That's how I'm gonna know you really rocking with me. That's how I'm gonna know that you really like me. So yeah.
Yeah, but nobody never said they wasn't doing that for you. And for me.
See, your phone went out again. Yeah, your phone went out again. You got me charged up.
Wow,
say what you're gonna say.
It's different when you're going into the South because they like to be courted. And all women like to be courted, I should say.
It ain't
but, you know, we getting money. It's never been a problem for me. Like, oh, come on, babe, let's go to Carbone. And yeah, what's that special type of fish you like? Yeah, get that.
The Dover
It's
sole.
nothing for you to
That
get.
Dover sole.
There's no price tag on whatever you want to order for dinner. And I even might throw a rose in there for you.
Listen.
I've done that before.
Listen, and that's good, baby. I'm glad you did that, right? But it don't matter where the girl is from. She could be down south. She could be up north.
I just done that.
It could be. It don't matter where she's from. At the end of the day, it's the requirements that the man lay on her. You dig? It's the requirements and the standards of the man. You dig? So that's what it's really all about. At the end of the day, the man is the leader and the headstone of the relationship, and whatever he require, that's what he's gonna get. If he require less, he's gonna get less. If he requires more, he's gonna give more. That's how it works. Anything you would like to dispute, you know, that I said, anything else you want to dispute?
Okay, I'm gonna put it like this, because I have a great foundation, and I'm gonna let you go after this. I have 2 grandparents. They both worked for General Motors for like 35, 40 years. I've seen them separate after a while, but then they got back together, and they always been together. They just separated for temporarily. But guess what? They never stopped loving each other. And guess what Grandma was? She was a Leo. I'm a Sag. But she planned the trips. Grandpa was an Aquarius. He was more of, you know, paid the bills and this, that, and the third. All their money, you know, he did whatever. You know, Grandma was fun. Grandpa was strict. You know, but he loved you. No means no less. He loved you just as much as Grandma, but he was strict. And she followed his lead, but she still was her own person. And he always say, "Oh, we don't have money to go on no trip or whatever." She said, "Bill's gonna be here. You know, we not always gonna be here, but Bill's gonna be here. Let's go out and have a good time." So that's what I got from my grandmother.
That's good. I like that.
And I was blessed. Yes, and I was blessed and raised with my father in my life too. You know, my father was there. I was there for I called the shots on my father when it was time to pull a plug. So
rest in peace to him.
I had a father. He wasn't just a daddy, just like you. He was very disciplined. He didn't want to whoop my butt, but if need be, he whooped my butt.
Okay.
So it's women out here that do. I'm single. I've been single for a long time. It's women out here that they don't feel the need to have nobody in their life. I'm content.
That's fine.
I got a daughter.
And that's fine.
Listen, hold up. I'm content. I got a daughter. Listen, I got one child. It's women out here with one child, 2 children, and they raising their 1 or 2 children by themselves. No man in their life, no nothing. They just focus on their kids. But y'all men don't go seek them type of women. You want IG models.
I mean, you know, some dudes do, some dudes don't. I mean, I can't speak for other people, you dig?
You don't want the geeky girl that sit at home and boom and wash dishes and clean the house and raise her baby.
Ain't nothing wrong with that,
y'all
man.
don't like that.
Ain't
You want the girl that's out there shaking her tail, not knowing that I could be the same person too, and I live that same lifestyle, shaking tail. What?
Hey, listen, man. It sound like you had a shot 151 today, man. You all right?
No, don't assume. Don't make assumptions.
You over
I'm
there
just
sipping
having
on
a
that?
conversation.
You over sipping on some yak?
And if I was, did you want to join me?
Nah, I don't drink, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't partake in drinking no more, right?
Nah,
Okay,
that's
so
back in the days.
Don't assume. Watch your mouth.
Look at
Yeah, watch your mouth.
I can see the type of arguments that goes on in the back and forth of your house when you got a man. I can already see what type of energy you come with.
If you was with
Yeah,
me,
I can see.
I'd just be joking. You know I'm joking. You know it's
Yeah.
like,
But certain
okay,
jokes I don't let slide though. Certain jokes I don't let slide.
But big shit.
So you got, hold on, we're gonna put you on pause. We're gonna put you on pause. See, we're gonna put you on pause. We're gonna let somebody else call in. You did? We gotta put her on pause. She getting a little too loud. You can't get louder than the host, man. Certain jokes I don't let slide. Be careful how you let your girl joke with you, my niggas. You dig? Because she can say certain things by telling you shut the fuck up, and she could be joking, but you gotta nip that in the bud right away. I don't joke like that. Nah, you don't tell me shut the fuck up. You don't even utter those words to me, even in a joking manner. You feel me? So you guys who let women slide, joking with you and saying certain things, that's really disrespectful. You gotta nip that in the bud right away. You gotta check that. Don't let that slide. Don't let it, you know what I mean, come off as I'm just joking. Nah, bitch, you don't joke with me like that. You joke with your friends like that, but not with me like that. But we have to really cut her short real quick. We wanna let somebody else, you know what I mean, be able to call in. The person that hit me up from the 786 number, you can call in, all right? Give me a second, I'll be right back. Give me a second. I'm back like cook crack. How you love that? Let me see some likes. Let me see some fire emojis. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all are watching Create a Steady Hustle, where you learn that it's all mind over matter. If it don't elevate your mind, it don't add to your grind, it really don't matter, right? Also, I want y'all to understand that I'm having an event coming up real soon. Stay tuned. Be on the lookout for some tickets. I would like y'all to show up and show out. And we're going to do this live, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give some game live. We're going to motivate live. And we're going to inspire live. And we're going to empower the people live. The phone lines are open. You can call in right now. Ask me whatever question you desire. Y'all got 5 more minutes to ask me whatever y'all want. After that, this podcast episode will be on my Patreon. It won't be on YouTube, so you won't be able to watch this over. But if you're a part of my Patreon family, you'll be able to watch this over until I release it again on YouTube, all right? So yeah, you now got the floor. You can call in 786, the number that called me from the 786 number, you can call back in. Cheers, what it is and what it ain't. It's yours truly, Liquid Cash. Turn your background down. Your background got to be turned down, please. I guess that person was just, felt like he wanted to prank call or something. I don't know. You know, some people want to play, man. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all niggas play with your toes. Nigga don't play with me, you dig? You know what it is. But anyway, if you're serious about getting your question answer, call in right now, man. Cheers, what it is and what it ain't.
What's up, my brother?
I'm coolin'.
I want to tell you one thing, man. Just appreciate what you're doing, my brother, and I just appreciate it, my brother. I was blessed, and my whole life changed, and I was seeing you. I was living in the tent, and just watching you, my brother. I'm not there no more. I'm in the whole other situation, and all the things that you said, and everything that you do, man, keep doing it.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. You said you was living in a tent?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, God bless you.
I was.
I know. You said you was. Yeah. You came up from that situation, but you said you was watching my content and it was motivating you and inspiring you, and you was able to elevate from that situation. Correct?
Yes, sir. Things that you were saying meant for because I was in a mental situation. I was in,
Okay.
Married, lost that, and everything in the same year. And then I lost my father. Got on dope.
I could dig it. I understand, my brother. I dig what you're saying because mental health is real. My brothers, I got two brothers that's dealing with that right now. I got two brothers that's not able to even. I'm not able to even have a conversation with them. So I'm glad and happy to hear that you got you're in a good mental space now where you can even express and talk about this type of thing right here, because a lot of guys go through this secretly and quietly, and they don't have the courage to express it openly to the public. So I appreciate you for doing that.
No, and I appreciate you, man. A lot of things that you said in your videos and everything that you say, you just brought it back to my memory, back to reuse the tools that everything that all your mental, all your I don't know how to explain it, my brother.
I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean. That's why we here. I know exactly what you mean. You just basically, when you heard my words, it brought you back into remembrance of who you are, and what you're capable of. You dig?
Yes, sir.
So I understand what you trying to convey, and that's what I do this for, man. I do this for that particular reason, man, to inspire somebody that's going through tough times, that's dealing with mental health, that's dealing with drug addiction, that's dealing with any type of addiction. You dig? 'Cause there's more than one addiction, right? So I that's what I do it for, to inspire and to uplift and empower the people, because at the end of the day, the power is within you. You know what I mean? You have the power. The power is within you. You can change your reality just by changing your mindset. You dig? And that's the main thing I want people to understand. Wherever you at in life right now is because of you. So if you're going through something and you feel like you can't get yourself out of that situation, understand that you have the power to lift yourself out of that situation, because you had the power to put yourself in that predicament. So you can actually change that. Change your reality, because you're the one who created it. So you got the power. All you need is somebody to just spark something inside you, give you a word of encouragement. Listen to someone that has some type of wisdom, type of knowledge to inspire you. That's all it is. And once that person plant that seed in your ears, it has no choice but to grow. And I'm glad your tree finally grew, my brother.
And one thing you always say, change your mind, you could change your life.
That's a fact. I appreciate you tapping in, man, and giving us that message, you dig? That was very inspirational, and I'm happy that you've made progress, and there's more progress to go. Just stay focused, stay locked in, keep God first, and everything else is going to work out in the correct way. You dig?
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, and God bless, man. And you the real deal out here, man. I just want to let everybody know that you the real deal. You the real deal.
Most definitely. Appreciate you, my brother.
Yes, sir. God bless.
Cheers. Thank you. And that's what it's all about, man. That's what I do it for. That's who I do it for. You know what I mean? The people that's in the trenches, the people that's going through it. Because there's a lot of people suffering in silence, men and women alike. Nobody is exempt. Life be lifing, and we all go through it. We all dealing with something. No matter how polished you may see that I am right now, no matter how good I look in my tie and, you know, how clean I keep myself, understand that I've been through the fire. Understand that it's a day-by-day process for me. I have to always keep my head on the swivel because the world is so distracting, so confusing, so nasty, right? So I gotta keep myself focused 24/7. Ain't no days off for me, man. No days off. Niggas like me, we don't have the liberty to be bums, to not do nothing, to not overachieve. I don't have the liberty to give up. I don't have the liberty to get out of survival mode. All my life I've been in survival mode. I don't know what it feels like to be just comfortable and not striving for something. I don't know what it feels like to be complacent. I don't know what it feels like to just relax and don't have no cares in the world. I don't have that liberty. Every day I wake up, I'm striving for greatness. I'm moving towards something. I'm trying to achieve my next goal. Even when I'm on vacation, even when I go to bed, even when I try to get some rest, I'm thinking about the next thing that I gotta do, the next task that I have to accomplish. So there's no rest for a nigga like me. I'm a slave to my success. I'm a slave to my ambitions. I'm a slave to my desires. I'm always on go. I'm never relaxed. I'm never complacent. I'm never comfortable enough to just say, everything is done, I don't got nothing else to do. There's always more to be done. There's always more to do. You dig? And that's just something I have to live with. I'm always in survival mode. Because the moment you take a break, the moment you feel like you've made it, God can sweep everything from under the rug and you'll be back at ground zero. You'll be back trying to figure out, how did I get here? So because of that, always playing in the back of my mind, I always have to keep on striving for greatness. I always have to keep on overdoing myself, outdoing myself. So I'm never taking one day for granted. The moment I wake up and God blew breath in my lungs and I wake up in my right mind, I'm never taking no minute, no second, no hour for granted. I'm doing something constructive. I'm doing something productive. And I'm always trying to accomplish the next task, the next goal, the next dream. So I want y'all to continue to keep on dreaming. Continue to keep on striving. Understand, it don't matter your circumstances. Don't let your circumstances define who you are. Because you can change everything. All you got to do is change your mindset. That's it. You can change everything right here, right now. Just make a decision to change your mindset, and your whole life is going to change. Shout out to everybody that supported the platform. Shout out to Sam for that $19.99. I appreciate that. Yes, we going to buy the Brooklyn Bridge. We on our way. And until we meet again next week, Thursday, I'd like to leave y'all with this final message. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Cheers.